All right, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I want to say tonight because it's like already dark outside. It's like pitch black outside, but it's only about 6 p.m. I don't know. This whole sundown at 5, 6 p.m. thing is very strange to me. But anyway, we're just going to roll with night. Hello, good night. Welcome to the stream, everybody. On the agenda, we are going to be speaking about Dr. Claire Weeks. We're going to be speaking about Stop Trying to Slay Every Dragon. This was an interesting little thing that Dr. Claire Weeks said, and I'm going to go over it. I'm going to give my opinion on it. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what I think that meant, right, when she said that. And yeah, I think it's just an interesting little snippet of one of Dr. Claire Weeks' quotes, Stop Trying to Slay Every Dragon. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Crystal first in chat. What's up, Crystal? Congrats on first, man. First in chat. Kate right behind Crystal. What's up, Kate? I'm so excited for this. Anytime we talk about Dr. Claire Weeks, it's a good one, right? anytime we talk about Dr. Claire Weeks, it's a good one. So we'll give it a minute. We'll let some people get in here who want to watch us live, and then we'll get started. We normally don't have to wait around too long on streams like this, so very stressful day full of kids and work. Let's hear it. We're going to talk about it. Don't you worry. I don't know why the chat is always a little bit slow to kick in, but it should kick in just a second. The chat box. I don't know why it always kind of slow, but we'll get it. We'll get it. All right, I'm going to send out one more quick notification, guys. Give me just a second. Okay. All right, there we go. Early night for me, just listening to the stream. What's up, UK? Welcome to the stream, dude. You're just in time. We haven't gotten started just yet, but we're getting ready to. Miss Thanksgiving, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome. I keep saying night, but it's only 6 p.m., but it's completely pitch black outside. Not a huge fan of the time change, but, you know, we just have to accept it. All right, guys, we'll give it another minute or two, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Dr. Claire Weeks. Gotta have a good Dr. Claire Weeks stream every now and then, right? It's pretty much mandatory at this point. We can never go too long without mentioning Dr. Claire Weeks. It's dark as hell here. Yeah, it's like pitch black outside. It's only 6 p.m. I don't know how I feel about it. Turkey Lady. We got Turkey Lady in the house. Hello, Turkey Lady. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing fantastic. Oh, my desktop audio is not working. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Wait, how come I seen an awesome comment that looked very informative in the chat and now it's gone? I don't know. I don't know. Well, if that was you, just feel free to repost that comment. I don't know where it went. Dark here. It's 11 p.m., but it's also freezing. Yeah, it's not very warm here either. We've got the heat on. It's like 30 degrees out here this evening. What's up, Rich? Welcome, dude. We love seeing the love and gratitude. We love it. Alright, guys. I feel like we got enough people in here to go ahead and get rolling. So let's get this one started, shall we? Shall we? Also, Red, you can reach out to me on, I don't know which platform you're trying, but you can reach out to me on the Discord or the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. Usually the Discord is going to be your best bet. Drop a comment in the coaching section. Sorry. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Stop trying to slay every dragon. Dr. Claire Weeks, we love her quotes. We love the beautiful things that she has said and wrote in her books and said during her interviews. And tonight we're going to talk about one of those beautiful things. Stop trying to slay every dragon. Now, for me personally, this quote, stop trying to slay every dragon, kind of comes back to a point that I've made or attempted to make several times during the course of my 6 years of streaming. Stop trying to slay every dragon to me means that you're fighting an absolutely pointless battle when you try to solve every intrusive thought that you have. So I believe when Dr. Claire Weeks stop trying to slay every dragon because another one is just going to take its place, right? Is in reference to the fact that when you are sensitized, your thoughts are going to create a lot of anxiety, right? You're going to have a lot of intrusive and probably very sticky thoughts. And of course, being a human being, especially if you don't know about acceptance, you don't know about, first and second fear, right away, you're probably going to want to pick up your sword and shield and try to slay every single dragon that comes along. The dragons being these intrusive thoughts. The dragons could also be connected to the feelings, right? This could be another way that you could look at this. So Dr. Claire Weeks knew better than anyone, really, that it's an absolutely pointless battle, because if you get rid of one obsession, and here's one of like those pop-up, hey, how many people can relate to this? If you get rid of one sticky intrusive thought or obsession, like let's say it's causing you a lot of anxiety throughout your day and you're really worried about it, whether it's a life situation that is on your mind, and then you take care of that, right? The life situation takes care of itself. It seems like something else just comes along and latches on and starts to disturb your mind again, right? Starts to cause you a ton of anxiety. I can't tell you guys how many times I sat around and figured out, quote unquote, or argued with every single intrusive thought that I had. And it seemed like I had this false belief that if I could just figure this one out, right? Like if I could just figure out what's causing me anxiety right now, if I could get rid of what's causing me so much anxiety right now, that'll be the end of it. I'll move on and I'll reclaim my life and everything will be great and everything will be grand. And then I would sit there and I'd spend days and hours and weeks trying to figure out this life situation that was bothering me and causing me anxiety, or trying to figure out this intrusive thought, right? That's a big one that was causing me anxiety. And then, eventually you do, or eventually it takes care of itself, or eventually you sort of move on and you're like, okay, yeah, now that I got rid of that one, right? Now that I got rid of that source of anxiety, I'm good. I'm solid, right? That's what you sort of tell yourself. Never seems to work that way, right? Dr. Claire Weeks, stop trying to slay every dragon because another one's just going to pop up and take its place. How many people in chat can relate to that? How many times have you sat around and just absolutely fried your nervous system only for your tired body and your tired mind to come along with something else? Right? It's like you don't get that relief. You fight with one, and of course when you fight with it, you're stressing your nerves out the whole time. You're going in the opposite direction of recovery, but you do it because you feel like you need to solve that thought or that whatever in order to get relief from the anxiety, and then you somehow manage to do so, whether that's through coping methods, compulsions, reassurance, so forth and so on, only for another quote-unquote dragon to take its place, right? I can't tell you guys how many times I sat around and fought with my, let's say, intrusive thoughts, for example, and then I'd eventually get the reassurance, or eventually, I would reassure myself, or I would do the coping methods and compulsions, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm good now. I'm good, right? Like I'm going to be anxiety free now because I got rid of that sticky thought. And then just another dragon, as Dr. Claire Weeks puts it, another dragon just comes along and pops right up and just takes its place right away. And then you're right back down the same rabbit hole, only with a different thought, only with different context, only with a different intrusive thought, right? So it's like you slay one dragon only for another dragon to pop up and take its place. Right? And it's a totally futile and totally stressful and just pointless endeavor to try to slay every dragon that comes along, because here's the thing, you're never going to reach the end, right? There's never going to be an end. The only way that you can reach the so-called end, of course, is to start embracing and stop trying to slay these dragons and just accepting these thoughts. Okay, the thought's there, and you're like, you're so desperate. You want to do the compulsion. You want to do the coping method. You want to fight with the thought, but instead you're like, you know what? Just let it burn. Just let it run its course, and which is uncomfortable, right? I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It's uncomfortable, but that is the only way you're going to reach the quote-unquote end of this cycle, because then the brain will start to calm down. The more you embrace instead of fight, then the brain over time, probably not as quickly as you would like, will start to calm down, and it'll start to get the right message that you're no longer fighting, and then these intrusive thoughts will slowly stop coming, and then we enter into healing, right? But if you are still under the false belief that you need to slay every dragon, which means to fight with every feeling and fight with every thought, that's going to be a never-ending battle for you, right? Because in the course of fighting with every dragon, every thought, every feeling, you are stressing the nerves out, is essentially what you're doing. You think you're doing it to get relief, and you might get short-term relief, right? But you are stressing the nerves out in the meantime, and you are telling the brain that there is a tiger when there is not. You are telling the brain that there is a danger when there is not. That is why short-term discomfort must go up by you just accepting and not doing things like compulsions and coping methods and telling yourself, hey, let it burn, let it run its course, making that your attitude. Short-term discomfort must go up for long-term gain, right? Because again, if you keep trying to slay every dragon, as Dr. Claire Weeks put it, you are going to stress the nerves out in the process. You're not going to be any closer to a brain that realizes that the tiger isn't real. You're not going to be any closer to a brain that realizes the danger isn't real, right? So I get that you do it for short-term relief, but you must understand the whole time that you're doing it, you are stressing the nervous system. The whole time that you do it, you are not getting any closer to recovery. And that's why Dr. Claire Weeks said that. You have to stop trying to slay every dragon, because another one is just going to pop up and take its place. So when you're sitting there and you're very, very anxious, on the edge of your seat, and I know how that feels. You're on the edge of your seat. You've got the impending doom. You've got all the feelings. It feels like you're about to crawl out of your skin. I get it. All these symptoms, they just go on and on. So when you're sitting there and you have all these intense feelings, and it's being caused by, let's say, an intrusive thought, and you really want to use a coping method or compulsion, you really want to fight with it, you want to argue with it, and you're under this false belief that if you just get rid of this one, then you can heal. Understand that the more you fight against that, even if you do manage to get, rid of it by fighting with it, understand that another dragon's just going to come along and take its place. When you're in fight or flight, when you've got tired nerves, these intrusive thoughts will come. And no matter how many you slay, so to speak, you're just going to have another that's going to pop up, and that you're going to feel the need to slay that one, and then slay that one, and then slay that one. And by slay, we mean fight. And by fight, you move further away from recovery. So you kind of understand, right, that yes, it's uncomfortable, and it's not fun to just accept these thoughts and feelings and tell yourself, okay, let it burn, because sometimes it does get really intense. But you understand why you have to do that, right? Because, again, Dr. Claire Weeks, stop trying to slay every dragon. You understand why you have to finally turn and face this thing with the attitude of let it run its course, let it burn, no matter how long that takes. You understand why you have to do that, right? Because if you continue to try to slay every dragon, you're just going to always have to go around slaying dragons, and it'll be a never-ending slaying of dragons, right? It'll be a never-ending battle between you and these thoughts, because the whole time you're battling them, you think you're doing yourself a favor. You're not doing yourself a favor. You're stressing the nerves out more, and you're not teaching the brain that the tiger doesn't exist. In fact, you're just reinforcing to the brain that the tiger exists. So you're going to get more or less the same as you head down this road, right? You're going to get more or less the same as you head down this road. So you must understand that at some point you've got to come to the realization, if you want to get on board with recovery, you have got to come to the realization that you must stop trying to slay every dragon, and you're just going to have to face the consequences of no longer fighting. What is the consequences of no longer fighting? Well, in the end, it'll be healing. Spoiler alert. But in the meantime, the consequences of no longer fighting may lead to some anxiety being a bit increased because you're not using coping methods and compulsions, right? It may lead to some intense feelings, but eventually you have to realize that slaying these dragons as Dr. Claire Weeks put it, is a very futile, very pointless, very stressful, and a never-ending battle. You slay one, and you'll just get another. You slay one, and here comes another. You slay one, and there's another, right? So I understand especially if you're new to this, I understand the concept of thinking to yourself, okay, well, next time I have a sticky, intrusive thought, I just need to remind myself to let it burn, let these feelings burn. I really want to solve that thought, but no, I'm just going to let it burn. It's there, it's sticky, I can hear it, it won't stop talking. Okay, let it burn. It's causing me a lot of feelings, let it burn. I know when you first hear that, you're probably a bit terrified of doing that, right? But you must understand that what you're doing right now by trying to slay every dragon that pops up is it requires much more energy. It's going to stress you out much more in the long term, and it's going to keep you from healing. So yes, I know that the concept of having to face your thoughts and feelings without no longer reaching for the compulsions or the reassurance, and I know that shakes you up a little bit. Right, but you must understand, just like Dr. Claire Weeks told us, you cannot go around and slay every dragon and expect to get any closer to healing. You cannot expect to get any closer to healing. You must eventually come to the realization that there's no running from this thing, right? You must eventually come to the realization that you can attempt to keep running with your coping methods, compulsions, and fighting every thought, but you're going to stay locked in a battle that you're not going to win. And you're just going to have one dragon pop up after another, after another, after another, after another. At some point, you have got to have the courage and you have got to have the self-awareness and realization to sit yourself down and say, I can no longer run from this. I can no longer run from this because I promise you, right? And I'm not trying to sound dramatic, but I promise you, the more you keep fighting with these thoughts and feelings and you're not willing to see where they take you, and what I mean by that is let the thoughts and feelings play out, let it run its course. The more you continue to try to fight this thing, you're going to be here for a very long time. A very long time, okay? And again, that's not me trying to sound dramatic. It's just here recently in the streams, we've had to become a bit more dramatic, right? We've had no choice but to become a bit more dramatic because people, and not everybody, there's a ton of people out there that's making great progress, but there's still, a select few out there that are just resistant to the advice, right? And they're doing that because they still believe that they can get around anxiety. They still believe that they can sidestep anxiety. They still believe that there must be a way around this thing. So here recently, we have been getting a bit more blunt because people need to hear it, right? It's time. You can't run from this thing. And if you do, you're going to be running for a very, very long time. And if you don't like that message, right, I hate to tell you that that's the truth. So at some point you need a reality check. This thing does not just magically fall in your lap, right? You have to make these realizations. You have to decide that today's the day. You have to decide that the next time you get, and this is just an example, but the next time you get a sticky, intrusive thought and it's causing you a ton of anxiety, you have to make the decision that, okay, now I'm going to apply that accepting inner voice of let it burn, let it run its course, and I'm going to let that run its course. For the first time in my life, I'm going to face that until the anxiety starts to fade on its own. No matter how long that takes, I'm going to do it. At some point, you have to sit yourself down and you've got to come to this realization because, again, Dr. Claire Weeks, she tells us very, very crystal clear, if you continue to try to slay these dragons, more of them are going to pop up, right? So at some point, you do have to have the maturity to say, look, I know it sounds blunt, but you have to have the maturity to say, look, there's no running from this thing, right? Like this is it. This is it. I can either start to have this accepting inner voice and let it run its course, let it burn, and continue living my life and really face this thing, or I can continue to keep myself stuck in this cycle because nobody's keeping you stuck in this cycle. You're keeping yourself stuck in this cycle, right? And you have to have that maturity at some point to be able to say that out loud. At some point, you have to take that responsibility. You can technically continue to live your life, the rest of your life, fighting every dragon that pops up. Technically, you are allowed to do that. That is your choice to make. However, if you're here because you truly want to recover and you care about your recovery, you eventually do have to come to the realization that that's not an option anymore, that you're not going to continue to go that route, right? Dr. Claire Weeks, again, she tells us very, very clearly, if you continue to try to slay these dragons, you're just going to have more to slay. right? So it's time, guys. It is time. Dr. Claire Weeks. We love Dr. Claire Weeks around here. She's telling us just about as clear as you can get. Stop trying to slay every dragon. Eventually, you're going to have to face this thing, and you're going to have to let this burn out, and you're going to have to let it run its course without the coping methods, without the compulsions, without the trying to fight with every thought. You know, a thought's there and it's very sticky and it won't shut up and it's causing you a ton of anxiety. You got to keep saying to yourself, okay, let it run its course, right? Don't expect instant results. Just let that happen. You need this anxiety. Anxiety learns while anxiety's turned on. You need to be feeding yourself this attitude and let it run its course and finally face it, right? And finally face it, because if you don't face it now, at some point, you're going to waste a ton of time. And you're going to look back and you're going to say, I wish I would have started this sooner. You don't let that be you, right? If you're watching this stream tonight, or if you're whenever you're watching this stream, make today the day. Don't let that be you, where you look back 10 years from now and you say, man, I wish I would have took that advice sooner, right? Don't let that be you. So no matter where you are right now in your journey, no matter how long you've been at this thing, you're watching this stream right now, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it in the future, let this be your sign that it's time to get started. Don't let that be you 10 years down the road, right? So I love you guys oh so much. If you did enjoy the point of tonight's stream, please leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It does help the channel grow, and it would mean a lot to me. But with that being said, I think that was an excellent stream. Like I said, you know, we can never go too long without bringing up Dr. Claire Weeks. I think that's pretty much mandatory at this point. So a good little Dr. Claire Weeks stream for you guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, if you did, leave a quick like. It really does help the channel grow, and it helps us reach people that may desperately need this advice. So with all that out of the way, we are going to hang out with chat. Excuse me. We are going to hang out with chat. We are going to answer questions. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. Please feel free to ask. Don't be shy. I will do my best to answer your questions. Who do we still have in chat? Who do we still got in here? It looks like we got Crystal, Miss Thanksgiving, Kate. Let's do a roll call. If you're still in the chat, if you're still here with us, drop a hello, drop a hi. Let us know you're here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. I don't think we had any questions. I believe we got Carol in the chat. What's up, Carol? Okay, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't listen to logic. You are right, UK. You can't argue with it. People do, though. People do to try to get short-term relief, but the more you argue with it, the more you're just running away from it. You really got to practice that attitude of let it burn, let it run its course, and really embracing the anxiety. And even if you don't believe that attitude at first, that's really important because people get caught on that. Even if you don't believe that attitude at first, you need to practice that attitude as seeing these feelings as a release, seeing them as needed. When the anxiety's there, whether a thought is causing it, just seeing the thoughts and feelings as a release, let it run its course, let it burn, let that become your attitude, let it run its course. Even if you don't believe that, that is the attitude that you must practice. That is the things that you must tell yourself, or else you're just going to continue to fight every thought and feeling. Is it going to be fun? No, chat. It's not going to be fun. Is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you got to do it, man. Nobody can do it for you. You can watch all the streams you want. You can read all the lectures, the books, the interviews. You can read all the positive quotes online. Nobody and nothing is coming to do it for you. You have to do it for you, right? And you're capable. You are capable, but you must know that you got to do it, right? Like you can do coaching, you can watch the streams, you can do all this good stuff. And yes, it's very helpful, obviously. But at the end of the day, you doing the work is going to come down to 3-letter word here, you. So just keep that in mind, because that's another important little side note. People sometimes do get caught up in the knowledge side of things, but when the thoughts and feelings come, they're not trying to practice this new mindset of let it burn. They're still trying to fight it off. They're not doing the things they're supposed to be doing. So don't get caught up in the knowledge phase. Understand that you have the knowledge, and at some point the knowledge has to be put into play. If you never put the knowledge into play, don't expect any results, right? And while you're putting the knowledge into play, I want you to know that it takes time. It takes time, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't expect instant anything, right? And that's fine. That is okay. As long as you keep practicing that attitude, that's what we're going for. Recovery is like an old water pump. Ah, I missed. Where'd there it is. Rich says recovery is like an old well water pump. Pump and pump and pump, and if you quit, the water goes back down. Practice and practice, and you may feel like healing will never come. Then boom, recovery. Yeah, because it's not in a straight line, right? So let's say, for example, it's going to take you sitting through 20 fires. I don't know, before symptom improvement or whatever. We don't know these things, but just an example, let's say you're going to have to sit through 20 fires that burn very intensely, the thoughts and the feelings. You could be on 19, right? And you don't think you're getting any better. But if you keep practicing and you keep having that accepting attitude, and you never know, tomorrow could be the day where you see symptom improvement. We're not worried about that because that's none of our business, right? Your comfort is kind of irrelevant here. Yes, that's the end goal, but we're not worried about that because we can't predict that. But you get what I'm saying. It's not a straight line. It's not, you don't get a progress bar that tells you where you are. I mean, my God, that would be helpful, right? I wish I had a progress bar back in the day. But you don't get a progress bar, and you just got to keep practicing the advice and not being too caught up on whether you're seeing symptom improvement or not, because that's going to come at some point. We just don't know exactly when that day is going to be, and maybe it does come and then it goes away for a little bit. Sometimes recovery is like a wiggly line. So there's so many variables that go into that it's not even worth thinking about. But I do agree with you, Rich. It's a practice. You keep practicing, and you might not feel any sort of improvement right away, but that's okay. Keep practicing, and eventually it'll show up. It'll show up. But in the meantime, you're definitely not worried about it, right? You're trying not to be so concerned about that. One thing that works in the beginning, intrusive thoughts, automatically let them come, but don't pay attention to it. Work on your core beliefs for them to stop. How it works from my experience. So your core beliefs need to be, and I get what you're saying, UK. I agree with you. I'm glad we're finally making some progress on your core beliefs. Your core beliefs need to be things like let these thoughts and feelings come because this is a release. And, I'm just spitballing examples. And your core beliefs need to be, okay, these thoughts and feelings, they will fade eventually. It might not be comfortable, but I'm going to let it happen. I'm going to let it run its course. There's nothing I need to get involved with, right? It doesn't feel fun. In fact, it sucks quite a bit, but that's okay. I know my brain is learning. I'm just giving examples after example after example of different things you could tell yourself, right? Different examples. But I agree with you, UK. Thank you for the comment. All right. I believe we're caught up. Let's see. Who do we still have in chat with us? And let me try to figure out real quick why my desktop audio is not working, because I was trying to play music earlier and it wasn't working out for me. So let's try that again. I probably no, wait a minute. I think there it is. Okay. I think we're good. Let me know if it's too loud, too low. We'll make all those appropriate changes. We got our Christmas music going. It's that time of the year, guys. We gotta have our Christmas music going. Come to the dark side with us. Everybody join Crystal and Miss Thanksgiving in the apparently the dark side canoe. What is that, a little canoe emoji? That's what it looks like. We're not going to try to sing them. We will hum them. Everyone knows what happened last time we tried to sing them. I'll stick to the humming. An ad already, man. An ad already? We just started. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. You too. Don't do me like that. I forgot to mention life structure and daily routine is very important and vital for recovery. Yes, sounds like you're describing the two keys, right? Sounds like you're describing the two keys. So for anyone who might be new here, what are our two keys? Our two keys is living life, right? So get back into life, just like UK said, like a daily routine kind of, you could say. Feel free to mix it up, but that's basically more or less the same thing. Live life. Get back into life, right? Show your brain that tiger doesn't exist. And of course, have that accepting inner voice. Have that accepting attitude that says, you know what? That thought's there. I'm not going to fight with that thought. Let it run its course. Let it burn, right? Same with the feelings. That feeling's there. You know what? I'm not going to fight with that. Let it burn. Let it run its course. So that's our two keys. That's our two keys. It's always good to have a refresher on the two keys, right? Always good to have a bit of a refresher. Stretch, big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. Early birthday presents. When's your birthday, Crystal? What's up, Cherie? What's up? Hello, Cherie. How are you doing? Wonder, it looks like a white Christmas in your part of the country. It hasn't started snowing yet. Hasn't started snowing quite yet, but it's definitely getting cold enough to start snowing. So I haven't checked the forecast recently, but I can't decide whether I'm looking forward to it or not looking forward to it. I could really go either way. Tomorrow, Crystal's birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday, Crystal. You're turning, what was it? It was 46, right? 46, the big 4-6. Congrats, Crystal. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Happy early big 4-6 for Crystal. Still young at heart, right? See anxiety like this, imagine you hear the tick clock and you can't get your mind off of it, but you're paying attention to the tick. Then if you let it be, it will eventually fade away. Same thing with recovery. Pretty much something is there and something's knocking, right? But you're accepting it. You're letting it burn. You're letting it run its course. You're not getting involved with it. You're not getting involved with it. It's there. You're aware that it's there, but you're not involved in a fight. You're not involved in a fight. I like all the examples that you're giving tonight, UK. $33. Okay, see, I was close. I was only like 15 years off. I was pretty close, though. What's up, David? Here a bit late. It's all right, dude. We're still just hanging out. We're still just hanging out. Yep, I totally agree with you, UK. I love the examples tonight. Thank you for those. Totally agree with you. How you doing, David? How are you doing? Hope you're having a good night, dude. How you doing? I'm doing good, David. Thank you for asking. We're just hanging out. We're just chilling. Good little Dr. Claire Weeks stream. I will be close behind you on that one, Crystal. I'm getting pretty hungry myself, so it's probably what I'm going to do after this stream is over. We're going to scavenge through the cabinets. Find us something to chow down on. I've been doing good, UK. I've been doing good, dude. Thank you for asking. Same old, same old. Same old, same old. All right, guys, give me just a second. We'll be right back. If I can talk, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask those now. I will be right back. Hello, Vacate Fear. I was on here a year ago around April, May, and I've recovered. It's been tough, but the result is sweeter. Clear Week's technique is tough at the start, but it gets better. Oh, man. Where did that come from? I think I swallowed spit the wrong way. But it gets better eventually. It does. It does. It's tough because you got to sit with your thoughts and feelings, right? Instead of going for coping methods, compulsions, and trying to fight every thought away. And you just got to let it overtake you, kind of. And what I mean by that is with the accepting attitude. So it can be a little bit tough at first, but I'm so glad, dude, that you have found your recovery. Keep at it, man. There's always room for improvement. And congrats. I will be right back. Chat. All right, we're back. We're back. Yeah, good job, dude. Good job. Like I said, keep at it. Keep at it. There's always room for improvement. This is good life advice, not just good anxiety advice. So go forth and continue doing your thing. Continue putting in that work. Always room to grow, right? Always room for growth. Yeah, but that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Yeah, it's not the quickest process, is it, David? It takes time, and you're gonna have to sit through some intense thoughts and feelings from time to time, or if you're just starting out, probably pretty frequently. But nonetheless, if you keep practicing that attitude of telling yourself, "Hey, just let it burn, let it run its course," and you keep on living, you will get there. You will get there. Again, probably not as quickly as you'd like, but we're not worried about that, right? It's gonna let it take as much time as it needs, as long as you're doing the right thing. It's all that matters. As long as you're doing the right thing, that's all that matters. Yeah, frequency goes up and down. You know, it's not a straight line. We said earlier how recovery is pretty wiggly. It's actually pretty wiggly. So it's definitely not a straight line. Definitely not a straight line. A lot of people kind of assume it's like a straight line. It's definitely not. It's anything but, actually. So that's why you're not concerned about symptoms or frequency or anything like that. You can't be, because there's no point in being. There's literally no point in being. It's just not how this puppy works, right? This is not how this puppy works. So not only should you not be concerned about when and time frames and stuff like that, just because it's stressful, right? To be concerned about that, to spend too much time on that subject, but also it's just very pointless. There's literally no point in it. The brain will adjust in time. Yes, exactly. The brain will adjust in time, and then during that process, you know, like I said, you might have to sit through some quite intense thoughts and feelings, and that might come and go, or it might be pretty frequent, or whatever. We don't know. We don't know, but we do know that if you keep it up, if you keep doing the right thing, eventually that's going to sort itself out. Eventually that's going to sort itself out. So 2 reasons you don't want to get involved in time frames. One, it's very stressful, and it's not acceptance, right? How could it be? So try not to spend too much time on that. I know it's an interesting topic, but again, it's not really acceptance. And number 2, it's a pointless, very pointless thing to get stuck on, because there's no way to predict that. There's no scale. We can't break out any sort of pie charts. We can't. There's nothing to sort of go by. Of course, you know, we could talk about things like symptom improvement and things that you'll start to notice during your healing, and we've done that in the past. But as far as trying to get way too specific with it, like time frames and blah blah blah, you know, none of that really exists. None of that really exists. It's, you know, everybody goes at their own pace. The brain kind of learns in its own, you know, it learns in its own time. It's, you know, so we can talk about things to expect and things that return during healing and stuff like that. But as far as trying to get way too specific with it, it's absolutely futile. It's pointless. Just can't be done. Cannot be done, chat. Cannot be done. I'm in the ups and downs. Yep. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, 3 months ago I was a mess. You guys saw that. We did. We were here for that. But you know, we did our best to help you through it, and you took that as an opportunity. You said you took that as an opportunity to learn and adjust to it. So, you know, that was obviously the right choice to make, and I'm glad you made that choice, because like I said earlier, it's going to come down to the individual. You can listen to the streams, you can read books and get all the advice and knowledge in the world, but it's going to come down to how you want to play this thing. Do you want to take advantage of this advice and use it and do what you did, which is see it as an opportunity and try to make even more progress, or do you want to continue to go down all the wrong paths with what you tell yourself? So at the end of the day, you are the one who made that decision, obviously the right decision to make, and you should definitely congratulate yourself on that. That deserves a congratulations. So good job, man. Good job. I feel like you know, there's at least a handful of people out there that are still stuck in the knowledge phase. I know I was for a very long time. It's like you've got all this awesome, amazing knowledge, but you're not exactly putting it into play. Every time intense thoughts or feelings come, you run for the coping methods or the fight, the mental fight. Or you're not telling yourself the accepting things and just trying your best to practice letting it burn, right? Still a lot of people kind of stuck in that knowledge phase. They know so much about it, but they're not technically putting it into play. So if that is you, I'm not trying to shame you, but I think it's time to get started. playing Pokemon Yellow version. Did you ever play Pokemon? I collected the cards as a kid for a little while, but I wasn't like super into it. I didn't know how it was technically played. I just thought the cards were cool. And I played a few of the games, but hold on guys, give me just a second. Give me just a second. All right, we are back. Let's see here. Scroll up a little bit. Exactly, end of the day, it's our individual choice. Like a wise man once said, I can teach you how to read music and play piano. I'll even place your fingers, but you must press the keys. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Very true with recovery. Remy, what's up, Remy? Very true with recovery. At the end of the day, you gotta make the right choices, right? How's that other old saying go? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. There's a lot of good sayings along those lines, but it's so true. So true. But yeah, I only ever played with the cards, even though I didn't know how to technically play Pokemon. I didn't know the rules of the battles or anything. I just thought the cards looked cool, and I think I played a Pokemon game or time or two on like Game Boy, like some of the really older ones, and the Nintendo 64. I did play a little bit on the Nintendo 64. Art sculpting with clay. That's awesome. That sounds fun. And full-on quotes this evening must be struggles. You learn a lot of you learn a lot of good quotes during the struggle. You learn a lot of good quotes during the struggle. Oh, during the Pokemon Go days, that was so popular for a while. Insanely popular. Oh, it definitely does, UK. It definitely does, with all of the negative imagination and fighting with every thought and feeling. Maybe I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to be a bit more outgoing, but I can't be too harsh on myself. I should do what I truly want to do. There's nothing wrong with wanting to grow, right? There's nothing wrong with growth. I definitely wouldn't say that it's beneficial to put too much pressure on yourself during that, though. So I have to agree with you there. University building was where the giant battle dome was, so you got to walk to get to it. Yeah, there's still a good amount of people that play Pokemon Go sort of religiously. It died out a little bit, but there's still a fair amount of people that live and die by Pokemon Go. Cherie, thank you so much for the $20 tip. That one caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you so much for the $20 tip. I appreciate you. Can we show some love in the chat? First tip of the stream, man, from Cherie. Thank you for the $20 tip. We're on a 238-day streak. 238-day streak. Big stretch. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Cherie, for the $20 tip. Show her some love in the chat, guys. Show her some love. Drop some of those purple heart emojis. If you can't find the purple heart emoji, just drop whatever emoji you want to drop. But show her some love. Thank you so much for the $20 tip. It's always good to have a Dr. Claire Week stream every now and then. Thank you so much for that, Cherie. I love all the all the multiple E's. It's what you're famous for. It's what you're famous for. I called you Cher for the longest time, and I probably will do that from time to time still. But thank you for that $20 tip. Appreciate you. I want to grow, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I do agree that there's no point in putting too much pressure on yourself during. I mean, you should stay dedicated, right? But beating yourself up isn't going to help anything. Certainly not. Would have been nice if we all lived in the same city. Could have been epic catch-up and epic Pokemon Go battle between everyone on the channel. I only used it for a little bit. I probably got like the shittiest of shittiest Pokemon on there, so I would get beat pretty quickly. I would get my ass beat. Thank you, David, for the purple hearts. Thank you for showing Cherie some love there. Thank you. We should always be very, very grateful for our tippers. Thank you guys so much for helping keep this show on the road. I appreciate you. I'm all yawny today. We're going to plug the laptop in real quick. I got you, Remy. I'll reach out. Found this channel a few months back while searching YouTube for Clear Weeks. So glad I did. That's awesome, David. I always wonder how people originally stumble across the channel. It's always very interesting. Most of the time, it's through the YouTube search, but you never know. You never know. Why isn't this thing coming on, man? Okay, there we go. There we go. I should probably do more research into how to properly tag your streams and videos and stuff like that. Sorry guys, I'm a little sidetracked over here. I found this channel when Wonder Bro first did a thing on bringing on about 7 years ago. So has it been about 7 now? I thought it was 6, 7 years ago, something like that. We've been at it for a while. I don't see us ever stopping, really. Why would we, right? Was working with her audiobooks and I found it hard to understand how to listen and accept your explanations. Really broke it down for me. I'm glad you found the channel, David. I'm glad you're benefiting from it, dude. Yeah, like I said, it's always kind of interesting to see how people first stumbled across the channel. Most of the time it's the YouTube search, but hey, David, dude, thank you for the $10 Cash App. Appreciate you, man. That puts us at 30 tonight. Thank you, David. Hey, show David and Cherie some love in the chat, guys. Thank you so much. We're only 20 away from tip goal. We should always show our tippers love. Show them some love, guys. Show them some love. Thank you so much, David and Cherie. We are at 30 on a 238-day streak. That is absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. David and Cherie. David and Cherie. Thank you, guys. Oh, so it's been 7. Okay. I thought it was 6. I need to catch up. I've been saying 6. I'm behind on time, apparently. Thank you for that correction. I lose track of time. Yeah, we've been going at it for a while, and as long as we continue to see people thriving and people, benefiting from the channel, then I don't see any reason why we should ever stop doing what we're doing, right? As long as it's a positive, a positive resource that's actually helping people, then there's no reason to ever stop doing what we're doing. And that is exactly why we should show all the love and gratitude to people like Cherie and David. Thank you guys for tipping the streams and helping support the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else is just as appreciative. You guys help keep this show on the road, so we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, many more names on that list, but just from tonight, David and Cherie, appreciate you guys. Won't find better. Thank you for that, Remy. That's very flattering. Won't find better than the truth. Appreciate you, Remy. Thank you. You guys are too kind. You guys are too sweet, too kind. It's a chilly one here tonight, so I'm like snuggled directly almost up against my my little heater, and it's very warm and very cozy. You can probably hear it in my voice, but it is very warm and very cozy. Indeed. This relaxing Christmas lo-fi music doesn't help either. Putting myself to sleep over here, guys. Half asleep or not, though, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask those questions. I was not this tired when I started the stream. Sort of hit me out of nowhere. fact, I was quite quite full of energy when I started the stream. I had to mute myself for a big yawn there. Tony, what's up, Tony? Just stopped in to say what's up. How have you been, Tony? How's the job going, dude? Still going good for you? I hope. We're all just chilling on this stream, Tony. It's one of those really mellow streams tonight. Yeah, it's getting cold, dude. You work outside, right? Whether it's rain, snow, or sunshine, you're outside working. Landscaping, yeah, that's right, that's right. Landscaping. Well, you're about to start freezing. You're about to start freezing. It's that time. I don't know, some people prefer it, though. I've always kind of been in the middle about it, personally. I think I'd rather be too cold than too hot, though. You can always put more clothes on, but you can only take so many clothes off. So, I think I'd rather be too cold than too hot. I really want to put something in the air fryer. I think that's my problem. I don't think I'm sleepy. I think I'm hungry. I think that's what it is, guys. Give me just a second, actually. I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna put some food in the air fryer or the mic or something. I don't know yet, but I think that's what it is. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right. That took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I apologize. The air fryer was dirty, as it usually is, because I'll use it and then not wash it afterwards, and then I will curse myself the next time I want to use it. So it's a repeating cycle. But anyway, we're good. We're back. Anyway, good night, guys. Much love. See you soon. Thank you for stopping by, UK. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, dude. Miller, what's up, Miller? I don't know how many people are actually still here after that long interruption, but Sky, what's up, Sky? How you doing, dude? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I dematerialized into an alternate reality again, aka fighting with the air fryer. That is how I dematerialized. Like I said, I don't even know how many people we still got in here after that. I probably killed the stream. I couldn't hold out any longer, guys. I had to get something to eat. And I still don't have anything to eat. Now I gotta wait for it to cook. We still got Remy here. What's up, Remy? Still sculpting over there. Get a deep fryer. A deep fryer like with vats of oil that you would have in McDonald's, because that's what I consider a deep fryer. The air fryer, I don't know. It's much more convenient than the stove. I think if I had anything that cooked things in oil, I would be morbidly obese by the end of the year. I would be morbidly obese by the end of the year. Like, no doubt. I'd be frying everything in oil. What's going down? Not a whole lot, Sky. Tonight's a super mellow stream. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm like half asleep over here. Finished 2. Nice. Nice. Good work, Remy. So long as it's healthy oils, you're good. Just cut out the carbs and sugar. It probably wouldn't be healthy oils. But what's up, Style Alert? Does the air fryer make frozen Arby back fries and tater tots crispy? I mean, that's what I usually cook in the air fryer. Crispy if you leave it in long enough. If you stop it at just the right amount of time, it'll still not be too crunchy. There's like a perfect balance that you have to find. You'll get used to it after a while. Like, I know exactly when to stop it for what I'm going for. Just wrapping my Secret Santa presents for work. Awesome, dude. I can't wrap to save my life, but I make good attempts. I'll say that. Anytime I'm wrapping Christmas presents, it reminds me of that scene from The Nightmare Before Christmas where the monsters are trying to wrap gifts for the first time. Non-eventful, yes. Anxiety journey, lol. It's like I'm in a waiting room waiting to be called. It's weird. Well, don't wait around. Just busy yourself with life, right? Don't wait around for anything. But I get what you're saying. Crispy like McDonald's fries? No, it's not. It's not comparable to like deep frying something. It's just kind of crunchy. It's not crispy like McDonald's fries. Like Yeah, like you would fry something in oil. The air fryer is just more crispy in like a crunchy way. Is yours 1/4? I have no idea, to be honest. I'd have to look. There were several casualties. That's how I feel when I'm wrapping gifts. We are going to end this one in just a minute, though, because I'm definitely starving over here. So when that's done in there, I'm going to go pig out a little bit. But so we'll be winding this one down, guys, here in about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, something like that. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. I can't believe we've been here for an hour and a half. It doesn't feel that long. I regret several of my life choices at the moment. Are you even living if at any given time you don't regret several of your life choices? Are you even truly living if you don't regret life choices at any moment? Just stay live all night. We've done a few marathon streams in the past, but they've never been to that extent. I see people streaming sometimes doing like the 24 hours thing, and I just don't know how they do it. Like, what do they do as they're sitting at their desk just looking at the screen? I think I'd lose my mind, honestly. Major props to those guys, though. They've got some endurance. They've got some endurance. McLuscious. No, you're definitely getting your own stream, Sky. With your own title and your own announcement. It would need to be special. Because we've had this build up. Definitely wouldn't want it to be you just pop it into a stream. Especially a stream that I've already killed the viewer count on. Just out of curiosity, let me look real quick. Yeah, see where we took those, where we took that one big break there and was trying to make food. We killed this live. There's like 8 people in here or something, which is extremely, extremely low. But that was my own doing. I take full responsibility for that one. I take a full credibility for that one. You can't blame people for not wanting to wait around during the BRB. Lord. Alright, let's see where... hold on. Jace? Jace? I don't think that's how you say your name. Jace, thank you so much for the $5 tip, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jace. Thank you, Jace. I know we've only got like 5 people in here, but can you guys show some love? See, I can't even talk tonight. Can you show some love to Jace? Thank you, Jace. We're at 35. Thank you, Jace. If I'm saying your name wrong, please feel free to call me out on that. Or at least let the anxiety feels burn. Let the anxiety burn, Sky. Jay? Jay? Jason J? Jay coming in with the 10? Jay, thank you so much, dude. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, I can't even think straight. I think that puts us at 45, right? Jay, dude, thank you. And Jace, I don't know if that's the same person. It might be. Thank you so much for that, dude. Please take credit for that in the chat so I can actually thank you. If you want to, of course. Thank you, guys. Like I said, we don't have many people in here. It's kind of one of those chill streams, but show some love to these beautiful people. Thank you so much. Just wanted to say a huge Merry Christmas to everyone. Cheers heaps for your support this year. Absolutely, Sky. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Let's go through those names one more time. Jay, Jace, Cherie, and who? Oh man, don't tell me I forgot. David. There we go. Jay, Jace, Cherie, and David. Thank you guys so much. We are only 5 away from our tip goal. Thank you guys for supporting this stream, even though it was like a really casual stream. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a slow stream. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Regardless, thank you so much. Oh, we need to go shake the tots up. I'll be right back, guys. I think my chat disconnected for a second. Hello? We're back. Hello, can you guys still hear me? Anyway, while we were getting the tots out, we got a $5 tip again from Jay, who said, finish strong. Thank you, Jay. That is tip goal, I believe, right? Yes, that is tip goal. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. And like I said, thank you for supporting this stream, even though it was a bit of a slower one. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope we're still live. I don't know why it says, it said chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. And then it said successfully connected. So, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm speaking to anybody right now. But, we hit tip goal. Thank you, guys. And I'm hoping these tots perk me up a little bit. Okay. We're still connected. Awesome. Thank you, guys. We're doing some ASMR eating into the mic. Is that a thing? Do they do ASMR eating? That's one I'd be good at. All right. Beautiful people. I've got a lot on my plate here. And I think I'm going to finish eating. I think we're going to wind the stream down. We said about 5 or 10 minutes left about 20 minutes ago. So we're going to wind this one down, and I'm going to finish the rest of my food here because I got quite a bit in front of me. So thank you guys so much for watching tonight's stream. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support. And I'm sure I'll see you very, very soon. Stay warm tonight. And until next time, as always, stay awesome.